Gotham City strikes again. CEO of UnitedHealthcare was shot in Midtown by Luigi Mangione, Ivy League valedictorian of UPenn. Apparently a couple back surgeries and some racking up of some medical bills caused this kid to go insane. Is that the word? I don't think it is when it comes to legalities. We have to understand what premeditated murder is, what insanity is, what the reasons were behind this, and fully understand what this kid's issue were with the CEO of UnitedHealthcare. You know, listen, we all have medical bills. We understand. Does that give you a right to go shoot somebody in cold blood?
He's the medical insurance vigilante at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think we have to look at the legality behind what he did is obviously felony murder, murder one, right? Premeditated murder. That means that he had an intent, he had time to think, to plan, and to commit the murder, which clearly happened, unfortunately. And our prayers go out to the UnitedHealthcare CEO's family at this time. It is tragic. It does bring to light now the cost of health insurance around the country, right, for everybody. Whether you have a lot of money or a little money, you know how hard it is to get health insurance, and when you do get health insurance, how hard it is to get coverage from the health insurance company. Many a times, families go for basic needs or medications, and they get denied. Insurance companies are in the business to deny claims, not to, promote and pay out claims.
This kid was from a prominent family. He went to an Ivy League school. I mean, do we know, like, what kind of financial hardships he have? I mean, he had back surgery. Maybe the back surgery didn't go great. I know he had a lot of back pain.
Maybe there's drugs that he's given drugs, and maybe he's under the influence of drugs. We don't know enough yet at this time, speaking here today about it. Luigi just became a number one suspect as of 24 hours ago. So this is a brand new hot topic.
But we have to be real careful, right? Because what Luigi did is wrong. It was murder, allegedly. But I mean, if all the evidence is pointing to him is accurate, then yes, he killed the CEO in cold blood. He premeditated. He knew where it was going to be. It was thought out. He used his intelligence to figure this out and make it happen. But we have to be really careful, right? Because two things can be true at the same time. We can say that the murder was absolutely wrong. The guy should go to jail forever. And vigilante justice like this is not something that a civilized society should be promoting, right? But on the other hand, again, the other thing that is true is that the insurance system, especially the healthcare system, is broken. It bankrupts people. It kills people. That's what it does. It's not there to help you. It's there to deny your claims. And you can speak to one or two people and you can hear healthcare horror stories, whether they're minor or major. Children who need anti-nausea medication because they're on chemo are getting denied for no reason whatsoever. Again, I want to be really clear to our followers. Very, very clear. What Luigi did was awful. He should not be celebrated. The stuff that's going on social media, putting him up there as some type of martyr is nonsense. We got to stop doing that. But if something good can come out of it, maybe it's a civilized, honest discussion about what's going on with our healthcare system and how do we make it better.
Yeah, but it's the CEO of the company. This is UnitedHealthcare. There's probably 50 people on the board making day-to-day decisions. The federal government's involved with UnitedHealthcare. Insurance doesn't just change like this. Shooting the CEO doesn't solve anything.
No,
I mean, solve zero.
It absolutely doesn't.
The fact that this guy had ghost guns, multiple IDs on him, shows his intent to, try to evade his whatever he did.
I disagree. I think shooting him sends a big message.
It does send a message.
It sends a message that the healthcare system, as we all know, is under attack by very many ways, right? Family of four can barely afford paying for health insurance coverage. What do? Do they give up not having health insurance coverage to go in the hospital and then have further bills and fall into debt? I have plenty of friends that I know that their daughter had brain cancer, had to go into the hospital for a year. We would consider them to be a upper middle class family with significant means, and they were unable to pay the bills, and they were in millions of dollars of debt because they had to keep their daughter alive.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
Look at the fact of why isn't health insurance coverage covering families? And more importantly, I think it really that we look at is how do we make it more affordable for everybody? Yes, we can talk about things that we can do, but even doctors that we know. I have cousins in the industry that are doctors, and they say, listen, I'm not making the same money I made 10, 15 years ago. They have to join up with other doctors and create partnerships and bigger conglomerates to make money because the insurance dictates what they're going to pay out for that doctor to perform service.
But this is real life. There's laws. This is not John Q. We don't have Denzel hijacking an emergency room to get
great movie.
To get a heart transplant. You can't just roll up on someone in Midtown and shoot somebody.
Agreed.
I mean, you can't roll up on and regardless of the financial hardships, which we don't even know, regardless of whatever the healthcare system is is dealing with right now, which we understand needs a lot of work, right? Regardless of all of that, what's going to happen of this? You know what I'm saying? This is the valedictorian of UPenn, one of the most pristine Ivy League schools on the planet. And this kid, really, I mean, I'm hoping this kid had some sort of mental sickness, because how do you make the decision to go from have a trajectory of a life, you know, and being able to accomplish goals and maybe changing the system from within as his own CEO or building his own team or whatever the case may be, to now taking it into his own hands and treating this like he's a martyr.
Let's add one more wrinkle. If we find out that somebody else was aware of his actions and helped him evade, they are now a co-conspirator or co-conspirators, and now there's a conspiracy, which is other charges too. So think about anybody that he may have texted, called. You may also have some potential responsibility.
It could be part of a bigger plan,
Right.
a bigger, bigger organization, some type of organization out there that's looking to disrupt the system. And again, right or wrong, fine. Murder is wrong. We understand that. What he did was absolutely wrong, and guy needs to go to jail or death penalty or whatever it is. But you know what Rich said, I mean, it does shed light on a broken system, and it's a very sad way to do it. It's the wrong way to go about it, but we can't sit there and say, let's throw the book at this guy without having the other conversation that needs to be had.
So I personally have gone to the doctor, and my doctor's prescribed me whatever medication. The medication gets denied by the insurance. I appeal. The medication gets denied again by the insurance year after year. So what do? Do you go in your pocket and pay money for that medication that may throw you in a deficit to pay your rent or your mortgage or put food on your table? It is ridiculous, because why are you paying these high premiums to the insurance company for what coverage when they don't cover you for when you need medication or surgeries or whatever?
I just think that the media is ridiculous on all accounts. I mean, you have famous people who are all guilty until proven innocent. And then you have this young kid who's now innocent until proven guilty. And the cross between the two is so transparent. You have this kid now, people are selling T-shirts and jackets with his picture on it saying he's doing something that's amazing. I just think it's insane the way that...
They're not saying he's innocent. They're not saying he's innocent. They're saying what he did was somehow twisted, justified. And that's wrong. That's wrong. The martyrdom, the putting this guy up on a pedestal, all of that is wrong.
There's a lot of keyboard warriors. And that's the problem when you go online.
Yeah. So here's the crazy thing. I mean, we're talking about, could there be some other co-conspirator or something like that? But something that's in the news now, and needs to be confirmed, obviously. But what they're telling us is the gentleman who was murdered was scheduled to testify before the DOJ the day after he was murdered about issues related to his company's responses to certain insurance situations. And I think some of it might have actually been AI and how they're using AI to automatically deny the claims. So the question, could this one kid know all about all that stuff and take it on his own action, his own volition to take action? I don't know. Seems like there's more out there. Seems like there's something bigger going on.
Well, that would be a crazy conspiracy.
Yep.
I mean, just like the conspiracy about the Trump assassin, on the roof, right? Was he paid because he was a young kid and his apartment was professionally scrubbed, right? Was this kid paid by somebody to take this guy out? I mean, is there a bigger conspirator over here where we can't have the CEO of UnitedHealthcare get on the stand in front of a grand jury and testify, right? So we have to eliminate him. I think that would be a wild story to unfold, and looking forward to any legalities that come of this.
So how do you guys feel about your health insurance? Do you think you have adequate coverage? Do you like your payments? Do you think we could do something better? Click, comment below, and let us know your thoughts.
And don't kill anybody.
Yeah, please.